Greetings in the name of the Most High. Thank you, Lord Father, for giving us the opportunity today to be with you guys. Much appreciated. Parents, student athletes, coaches, well-wishers, thank you for the patience you had with us. We needed to make some slight adjustments to what we were doing because we are tipping at over 300 right now. So we needed to make some adjustments. Thank you so much for your patience. And the coaches are ready, as I said before. It's a wonderful opportunity to be with you guys here tonight, to spend a couple of minutes with you. And just to give you an outlay of what we're doing tonight, we will introduce the coaches to you. At my left and at my right, we have Matthew from Weber University. We have Jean from ASA in Miami. And then we have Coach Rich out of Palmaris, and we have Adam from Easton in Easton College. That's the coaches we have with us. And also we have a coach that has flown in from last night from Texas. He's going to join us. He's not with us on set tonight. We want you guys to know that there's a lot of opportunities available here in college, university, junior college, and also too, we have a Coach Rich here too, who looking for some dynamic young players who are interested in going on to play in academies abroad and professional. His eyes are open looking. We have a number of college coaches from Trinidad who's going to be with us. About 18 of them we have invited. And this is going to be done in a different way, guys, in the sense that we are going to also do an analytical report. The local coaches are going to be grading players on the field, and we're going to be setting up a number of different stations tomorrow at CIC grounds, where we're going to be making interchanging every 10 to 15 minutes. So you will have a taste of different coaches, and you will have the opportunity to be guided by coaches who are coaching at that level, to be able to play and understand what is required of you when you enter United States to play soccer. So it's going to be a bit different. I promise you it's going to be faster, because the game speed that they play in the US is much faster than us. You need to come tomorrow and be ready. I was waiting on a sponsor I was having some discussions with to come in, and I was waiting on them to come in with some jerseys. Still haven't heard from them. Don't know if they're going to pop up tomorrow with all those jerseys. But please note, you must walk with a red jersey and a white jersey. Any shorts, any color shorts, any color socks tomorrow. Please walk with your water. I would strongly suggest parents pick up some bananas too for your kids. We are going to be out there at least for around 2 hours. It's not going to be straight. We're going to have some break in what we're doing so the kids can refresh and relax themselves. We are going to discuss everything we need to discuss tonight, guys. Very important. There are some couple things that we are looking at in terms of tomorrow, which we are very much interested that you take heed in. Please, any questions you have, please look for me. I would be able to deal with that. We want to take care of all the questions tonight. In terms of coaches, we kindly ask no one is allowed to approach any of the coaches. We have a coaching area to where the coaches will be assembled in the center of the field. No parents, no student athlete is supposed to be there. Please respect the coaches, respect what they're here for. Please do not come with business cards and that kind of stuff. It is not going to be accepted. This is a professional environment. And as you have seen so far, we're treating you in a professional manner, getting you ready for where you are about to enter. And tonight, after the presentation is finished, we will open up for some questions about scholarships, like your grade point average, SATs in terms of your I-20 forms for the US Embassy, and a number of those things. We will try to take questions pertaining to that. I would also give you guys a bonus meeting when I return to United States. Everyone that is registered, we will have a meeting within the next week or two, which I will give you a date. Most likely it'll be a Saturday evening, where we will have a bonus meeting with myself and we would be able to get down to some more business in terms of more information, in terms of scholarships, in terms of filling out forms, the process you go for to in terms of the different types of scholarships that is being offered. So you have a better understanding of the scholarships, because as I mentioned to you guys, there's a lot of kids that leave and go to United States that end up in horror stories, not reading the paperwork and fully understanding what is required of them. We are trying to solve that issue where we can have this open forum so you will be well informed and educated pertaining to the process, so you would get away from those slip falls in terms of what is transpiring in the United States. So that being said, I'm going to turn you over to Coach Jean, and he would be able to chat with you a little bit in terms of his school, what he's looking for tomorrow. Wonderful gentleman. Had the opportunity of communicating with him for a good time now. We continue to speak, and he's enjoying Trinidad, I must say so. To break the ice, he's enjoying your rotis and your doubles, and he had some bacon shark today in Maracas Beach, and he says the best. He's loving Trinidad. He wants to stay. If you guys have a place for him, please take him. We would leave him with you guys. Coach Jean, the floor is all yours. You can chat with them about your school and you being here and what you're looking for.
Oh, thank you, Anthony. And I just want to say thank you, Trinidad, for having me here. You guys have a beautiful country. Obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing more and seeing you guys tomorrow. As far as myself, my name is Jean Genter. I'm the assistant coach at ASA College, Miami campus. This is my first season at ASA. We're actually rebuilding the program that has been shut down due to COVID, obviously over the past couple of years. So, like I said, we are rebuilding. So we're looking for players in every position. So I'll be looking at everybody tomorrow. So can't wait to see you guys out there.
Thank you very much, Coach Jean. We want to turn you over to Matthew. He's from Weber University, one of the top schools out in Miami, Florida, and he's ready to go. All yours, Matthew.
Hi, my name is Matthew Miller, and I've been an assistant coach for 3 years at Weber International University, and I work with the men's and the women's team. We were 10-4-1 on the men's side this year, went to the conference semifinals, and on the women's side, we were 8-4-3, made it to the all-conference quarterfinals. We're located in between Tampa and Orlando, dead center in the state, and it's a beautiful location. You can get the best of both sides of the state, rather if you want to go to West Coast beaches, East Coast beaches, go to Disney World. We're a smaller school. I have around 1,000 kids, but 93-95% of our student base are student athletes. So you really get that full experience, being able to have, you get to experience all different sports and different cultures. Between the men's and the women's program, we have 12 different countries. So it is a really welcoming feeling, and we try to do everything we can to give you the best experience to help you grow as a person and get you ready for the rest of your life.
Thank you very much, Coach Jean and Matthew. And now we're just going to take a couple of seconds, and we're going to bring in the two other coaches for you, so you can have a chat with them. Beautiful. So I'm joined by two of my good friends here, and as you can see, they're a bit tan now from being out in Maracas and Macarip, and they were, as I said, enjoying some of the cuisines around by the savannah and hanging out. And we have to my left, Coach Adam from Easton, and good friend of mine. He's doing a wonderful job there, and I would introduce him to you just now. And also we have Coach Rich out of Palmers, and he is doing a fabulous job. I know I sent you guys some photos of all the championships that they have won, and Rich is just down to earth, really calm. He's the comedian in the group, guys. You give him a chance, you'll be laughing all night into the morning. So I would start with Coach Adam, and we would give you some information about his program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Adam Butler from Eastern Florida State College, Melbourne, Florida, so we're on the coast, in between Miami and Orlando. Got around 20,000 students, carrying around 30 players on our roster. And we've come off a pretty good year in my first year with 2 defeats all year. So pretty strong program.
Beautiful. And then we turn over to Coach Ray.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for bringing me to Trinidad and Tobago. I'm having a great time. People are wonderful here, very warm. Everybody seems to be greeting me and showing me a lot of love. So I wanted to thank everybody there. Thank you, Coach Anthony, Coach Roy, to bring me here as well. It's an honor for me to be here. I'm very blessed to be part of this program and to make a way for kids in this country to be able to make a way to go to college and also be part of a professional atmosphere. I was also a college coach for many years, 2-time national champion in my conference, 3 of the colleges, and then I went to pro in Brazil. We're looking for different types of athletes. Doesn't matter if you're big or small or fast or slow. We're looking for development for the future and put you on our radar. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but hopefully with the upcoming tournaments that we're going to have tomorrow. And also next year, we're going to be back again to make the program even better and stronger and help Coach Roy in New York. I know that me and him speak all the time when I'm in Brazil, or he's actually always likes my little posts of my medals and my trophies. He's always one of the first people to say, God bless, and thank you so very much. So I'm here to support him and his program in any way possible. Palmeiras is one of the top teams in Brazil. Gabriel Jesus came out of there. Hendricks coming out of there now. Luis Esteves is coming out of there now. They're looking at 80 million, 90 million for Hendrick, and it's probably going to be around the same for Esteves. My group, we were the only team in the 15s, 17s, and 20s that did not suffer a loss. We won our division by 22 goals more than everybody else, and we only took 5 goals in the whole tournament for the year. The 17s, again, we won the Brasileirão, Paulista. We won our division as well, and the U20 was the first time that we won the Paulista and the Cups, the Copinha. So it was a historic year for us. My boss, João Paulo Sampaio, authorized me to come here, be part of this program, and it's to be taken very seriously. Palmeiras doesn't put its brand on anything that would not be a successful program. So just to say that. Thank you very much again. Hope to see everybody tomorrow. And remember, stay away from the tents.
I know he's gonna add something, right, guys? You always stick something inside of here. Once again, guys, we want to thank you guys so much. As I said, tomorrow, in terms of the on the field, tomorrow we would like the student athletes to be at CIC grounds for 8 a.m. in the morning. We want to get you there early and get you organized and get you ready. As I said, please walk with a red and walk with a white jersey. And we would have PDs and all that kind of stuff there to be able to work with the kids. Parents, you are welcome to be up in the stands. Some of you would be able to go around the fields. The fields will have the ropes around there. And as I said, and as coach says, yes, now we want to give these coaches the freedom to be able to move around and work with your kids. It's very important, guys, that we bring your kids at this stage in this environment so they can have a feel for collegiate soccer and professional soccer and what is required at that level in terms of development. And this is really, really good for your kids. We would be back again in March. We're going to come bigger in March. This time we're going to come with 9 collegiate schools, more professional coaches again. But it's just the beginning of what we're doing in Trinidad to continue opening up doors for our student athletes to get them in a place where they could go on to be successful. That being said, we want to open up the floor for some questions. Please note do not turn on your video. You need to raise your hand. I know you guys know how you raise your hand in Zoom. And when you raise your hand, not like Adam just now did, but when you raise your hand, when you raise your hand, the operator will let you get on to ask a question to us, and we will gladly answer those questions for you, because we're trying to get all the questions in now, so you would know everything in terms of tomorrow. We're going to have a goalkeeper coach there, and we're going to be doing the sessions in rotation with all the coaches we have there. So it's going to be between 10 and 15 minutes you would spend with each coach, and we're going to work in different sections, like working, attacking in the final third, in the defending team's half. We are looking at kids in terms of their vision, in terms of their first touch, the ability to communicate, the ability to carry out instructions on the field, and to be a team player. Very much important. One of the things I'm going to be focusing on, guys, is punctuality and being ready when you come tomorrow. That is critical. Discipline. No matter how good you could play the game, if you're not organized, you're going to have some problems. And if you cannot reach early when you are home in your own island, you're going to have problems reaching early when you live in a different state. There's no excuses there about the snow. There's no excuses about transportation. In the US, however part of the world you go, 8 o'clock is 7:45 or 7:30. 8 o'clock is not 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is before 8 o'clock. This is business we are on, and we are here for a purpose and a reason. We are here to create opportunities. For me, being a Trinidadian, this is a crime fighting measure for me. This is to get kids going. This is to create a pathway for a better future for you. And as you see, we have some top coaches here to come and be with you for 2 days, to spend some time with you, to encourage, to motivate, and to develop. So what we're going to do, we're going to, Jesse, I believe, and please, if you hear Jesse, don't worry about it. Jesse is the master control behind the scenes, and he would be able to allow you, Jesse, if there's any questions there that has been written out, please feel free, you can call it out, and we would be able to answer some of those questions.
So the minimum GPA to be able to play within the NJCAA and NAIA and NCAA is either 2.0 or 2.2. The higher the GPA, the more opportunities are going to open up and allows academic scholarships, especially within NAIA and NCAA schools. So we look for good students because we don't want to deal with problems in the classroom, even if they are a fantastic player.
Are you doing the same thing on Sunday and Saturday, or Sunday will be different?
It's going to be different. We are trying to be compact in terms of what we're doing, in terms of giving you a taste of the collegiate and also the professional. So it's going to be operating in a different way. It's going to be in the format of training session. It's not going to be where we pick two teams and put you on a soccer field to play, and the coaches sit down in the stands with tequilas and that kind of stuff. I know Coach Rich wouldn't mind. He's smiling right now. But it's not going to be that way. It's going to be training sessions on the field where you would be exposed to what's happening in the professional and the collegiate level.
Will a student be able to choose any program they want to study if they get selected?
So each kind of college and university is going to offer their own academic programs. So you would have to select a school that would offer what you were interested in studying.
Would the duties have to be plain, or just once it's red and white?
Well, I would strongly recommend that you do not go and buy jerseys for tomorrow. If you have a red jersey, you have a print on it. Once it's not offensive, you can walk with it. As I said, we are hoping that the sponsors coming tomorrow with the jerseys, that they come in early in the morning, with all those beautiful jerseys for us. If not, you have your red and your white. Please don't go out there and buy jerseys. I know all of you guys have a red and you have a white, and we will also have some pennies too for you.
How long will be the session?
Well, we are looking close to 2 hours. It's not going to be 2 hours just straight. We're going to have breaks in between where kids will be able to go and have a snack, have some water, relax. The coaches could get refreshed, and then we come back on the field, and so we could continue pressing forward, and for you to glean as much information as possible on the soccer field.
I need more clarification on this one. But if a student does not have a profile, with he or she still have a chance for scholarship?
Okay, profile a little bit later, but your profile is on the soccer field tomorrow. That's the best profile you could have. The coaches are here and they're seeing you play, so that is the best profile that you can have to be able to be able to impress the coaches.
Two people are asking if they get selected, how long will it take for them to actually start school?
Okay, well, it's a process, right? And that is why we would be having that bonus meeting when I return. It's a process. It's not that you get into school and you jump on a flight. There are certain things. There's paperwork needs to go through administration. You need to get your I-20 form. You need to go to the U.S. Embassy. You need to be able to get that student visa. There's a number of other things that needs to put in place. You need to know the type of scholarship that is being offered to you. If it's a full, if it's 80%, 60%, and all this different information needs to be given to you in terms of it. And this is a good time for it because the collegiate season is winding up, and then coaches usually get their budgets for players. So now is a good time. Now, December, January, February is a more appropriate time for it versus you going later down in the year and a coach only having $5,000 and saying, well, look, I want you to come, but they only have $5,000. The schooling in the United States is not that cheap.
This is a question for Coach Rick. They're asking again what exactly takes place in Palmeiras. They probably won't hear what exactly happens in Palmeiras. They probably won't hear at the beginning.
In terms of
Palmeiras. Well, it's the same thing that happens with this tournament and this showcase. If you don't show up, you don't get selected. When is there going to be another time where a coach from a South American powerhouse is going to be able to be here in Trinidad and Tobago? Never. Unless Coach Roy asks me to come back next year, and then it'll be next year. If you don't come out, you're not going to make college. You're not going to make pro. Coach Roy spends a lot of his time and effort to make this a professional thing, and you have to show up. And it's like anything else. We look for, just like college coaches, we look for good players. And the difference is that they're looking for student athletes. Student first, athlete second. I'm just looking for players with natural talent, natural ability, coachable personalities, different types of biometrics that kids have. Some kids are older, they're born in January, opposed to November, December babies, where those kids don't develop it or mature as quick enough or as fast enough. So we at Palmeiras understand that player has to be given time to develop a little bit, and we'll invest into those players. Investing means flight, education, dentist, medical, and clothes. So basically, same thing that college is doing.
A few questions on logistics with regards to having a visa and those with financial difficulties.
in terms of school you're talking about?
Yeah, in terms of getting full scholarships, or if they get selected, what's the visa process?
Well, first to begin, you have to get selected from the coach, and then the coach will be able to assess in terms of your grade point average, if it's SATs, that kind of stuff, your ability to play. We would organize to communication with the coaches, because we will organize a one-on-one with coaches for players that the coaches like. It may not happen on Saturday and Sunday. The coaches will hand in their report in terms of players that they like, and then we are going to open up that country alone, guys, right? This is going to happen with the student athlete and their parents. Everything that I am doing is with the student athlete and their parents. And I do not want to have discussions with student athletes alone. You're a student athlete, which means you're still in school. Your parents should be a part of the conversation. And I know other people do it like that. I dot my I's and cross my T's. It's going to be done in a professional way. If I have a discussion with you, your parents needs to be there with that discussion out of respect to them. And if you are in a club and Coach Rich sees you and he likes you, we would have to go through your club for discussion. Nothing is going to be done unless it has to be done in the correct manner. Everything. No ifs, no buts are supposed about it. We're going to do things in the correct manner, and we're going to have the parents, the club involved. So if Rich comes tomorrow, you see a couple of kids and he say, hey, Coach Roy, these are the kids I like, then that is why you're in the group. We will have your information. Then we will set up some discussions, and then we will put you with Coach Rich, with your family, to have those discussions. And if you want me in those discussions, I would make myself available. If not, then I would introduce you to coach and you guys would have those discussions going forward.
Okay, so a few SAT questions. I don't know if you want to direct them to the interviews.
Go ahead, I could answer them. Go ahead.
What is, they ask me again, what is the average SAT score? And also with regards to the SAT exam itself, will there be assistance with setting up the exams?
Okay, not a problem. For collegiate schools, the higher scores are better for you. Grade point average, you want to get high scores. And this is something too I need to mention. Every test that you do in school is important towards your grade point average. Because in Trinidad, you calculate those grades. That is what forms your grade point average. So you want to get, you want to get up there above the C's and the A's and the B's you want to get. The higher your score in these things is better for you, right? In terms of the SAT, I have someone that works with me in Trinidad. She works throughout the Caribbean region, and I usually put my student athletes to work with her. Her system is very, very good. You can be any part of the world. Right now, I have kids out of the US and Canada working with her, and she is in Trinidad and Tobago. Everything is done online, and you would have discussions with her, and you guys would work out fees and that kind of stuff. I only recommend people to her. No financial gain is involved in it. Also, too, I do not charge kids to get them in school. I want to make that abundantly clear. I have never charged anyone to get into school. I have no intentions of doing it, and I am not going to do it. My service is totally free. And to be honest with you, the only reason why we have a fee is because we have coaches coming to Trinidad. We have to prepare and take care of these coaches. Other than that, my work is totally free. But I must put a but to the end of it. Not because it's free, you take it for granted and abuse it, guys. I have to make that totally clear to you. Yes, it is something that is rare. We know what is happening in Trinidad, and trust me, I am quite aware what is happening throughout the Caribbean, because I go to different Caribbean countries and do this, and I understand the kind of money that you guys are putting out for one day. I know I had someone speak with me and say, Coach, is this 350 US? Because it could never be 325, 350 TT dollars of the kind of caliber of people you bring in. And I said to them, yes, it is, because we are not here for money. We are here to help and serve. Yes, you can.
The program at Palmeiras is also free. We don't charge anybody, but the amount of respect that these placed on us selecting you is very high. So it's the same thing with Coach Jordan. Like you said, don't take it for granted. There's a lot of kids that would die to be in your position. You don't know it now, but maybe next year you're gonna kick yourself and say, I didn't make the program because A, I was embarrassed, B, I was shy, or I don't know. You're gonna come up with an excuse. But if you always have an excuse, you're not gonna get anywhere in life. You either have to find a way or make a way. Okay, so let's make sure that everybody gets it tomorrow.
Offered an 80% scholarship, but they don't have finances to meet the rest. What happens?
That would depend on the school, and it would, yeah, you probably have to turn down that situation and try and approach another school which maybe has more funding or is a little bit better of a fit for you.
There's also opportunities to potentially get jobs on campus as well. At our school, it's a little bit harder, but there are a lot of schools around the country that definitely make that happen and make it very reasonable to go to school. So there's thousands of schools out there at every level. You just have to find the right fit for you, no matter what the situation is.
There's a question regarding the promotional videos. So even if the person, you see the person, so they still need to send a promotional video of you to review.
I wouldn't say that we need a promotional video. It probably goes a lot further seeing somebody play live. But as coaches, we always want to see as much as possible of the student athlete that we're going to get. So quite often we'll ask for highlight videos and then full game videos of different situations. So maybe some games where you've won, some games where you've lost, so we can see what you're like in as many situations as possible.
And to add on to that, we're also going to try to do everything we can. Let's say with our fit, like let's say your major doesn't fit our school, we'll send it out to a lot of our friends around the country to try to help you find the right fit, especially if we feel that you are ready for the position.
Are students and players required to register with the NCAA at this time?
Whenever, go ahead.
That purely depends on what school that you're kind of looking to attend to. So like you said, we've got 2 NJCAA schools here and an NAIA, but that doesn't mean that you wouldn't be contacted or have a school that's an NCAA school that's interested in you or wants you. It might be Coach Matt recommends you to certain NCAA school, and then you would have to go through the registration process.
How soon after you get selected, you get more info, you get contacted?
As soon as next week. It all depends on the right fit. Because like Coach Adam was saying before, a lot of it depends on what we need as well. It might be a very good player, but let's say a player's acting up. The culture is the most important aspect of anything when we bring players into our school, because let's say you have 30, 40 kids on the roster, right? If you have one bad apple, it's going to end up destroying the whole program of everything you're trying to do. Also, the academic side of things. If you're a good student, it might make it a little bit easier, because at some schools, they'll stack. So let's say you get half academic, half athletic. And that makes it a lot easier for a lot of schools, because it will allow other scholarships to go out instead of just putting it all in one. So it really depends on the situation. And the more we get to talk to you, especially in person, and if we think you're a right fit, it could be relatively very, very soon.
A question regarding videos again. If you don't pick the person or choose the people on the team, but they still send promotional videos.
Absolutely. We're very open, like you said. You guys can email us, contact us. Like Coach Matt said earlier, we also have a network of all the coaches. So not just us, we can also forward the videos to other college coaches.
Anything else? Socks and shin pads or what's the right?
What did you say?
Socks, shin pads, what was full?
For tomorrow,
Yeah.
They have it, bring it.
bring everything, bring shin guards, socks, cleats, obviously, you're gonna need that, but yeah. Always bring shin guards in case, if we're gonna go hard, we're gonna have some drills that have a little bit more intensity, so just bring shin guards. If you don't have them, make shin guards out of a card box or be creative.
Also, one more thing for me. Go out there and be yourself tomorrow. That's when you're gonna be your best. It's when you're happy, enjoying yourself. Remember why you started playing football. At the end of the day, if you're trying to be someone else, or you're nervous, you're not gonna be yourself.
So if a child is selected, teenager is selected, what are the accommodations when they get abroad?
As in accommodation of where they're staying.
Yeah.
Including
That would purely depend on scholarship that you're given and the school that you're attending. So, for example, in Eastern Florida, we have 50% of our student athletes live on the dorms, but we have limited amount of dorm kind of spaces. So then we have others that share apartments close to campus. So that takes you back to what Coach Roy said at the beginning and why it's good to have him, because reading your contract and seeing exactly what you're offered is a big part of taking a scholarship in the United States.
Good night again, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Thank you so much for the discussions. Thank you for being with us this evening and spending some time. I hope we answer a lot of your questions. And I would ask Jesse just now to see if there's a couple more questions there again. If I could answer them now, I would. Tomorrow again, you need to be there for 8 a.m. on CIC grounds with your white jersey and your red jersey. Tomorrow, you walk with your gears. Please walk with some water. I would prefer you walk with a banana or two in terms of fruit. We're going to be out there for 2 hours. We're going to intermittently, we're going to be back off and back on. Please note any questions you have, look for Coach Roy. Just to reiterate, you are not welcome to approach any of the international coaches tomorrow pertaining to any questions whatsoever. It's a no-no. So I want you to fully understand that so we have a full understanding of what is transpiring. Any questions you ask pertaining to me, and I would be able to handle the questions that you have. And as I said to you, within the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a meeting again when I return to the US, everyone that is registered, and we would be able to go into more details and I would guide you through. There's a number of bonuses you guys have here, and I will tell you some of the bonuses. I have 2 WhatsApp groups with over 400 kids all over the world. You would get into that group for free, right? There's no cost. I would put you in that group for free. That is the group that I would put information on all the schools I'm connected with and opportunities. I would put information in there. So for instance, if a school contact me and tell me they're looking for number 1 or number 4, you guys should know what positions they are. I would put it in that group. So I would transfer all of you into that group and you guys would remain on that group. And those are scholarship groups. I also do a program during the year at a certain time of the year where I bring collegiate coaches and professional coaches on set and we have discussions. That is totally free too. You will be enlightened on that. Please go up on my YouTube channel, AR Student Athlete Soccer Scholarship, and subscribe to that channel. You will see a number of videos there. You would see the person who does the SATs. I did a number of sessions with her. I did some sessions with some coaches that coach in the World Cup. I did some sessions with collegiate coaches today. Go up on the YouTube channel. You would see that there. You could go up on my Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, all the handles there. You would see the information in terms of what I am doing and how I'm helping kids. Let me reiterate, guys, absolutely free. There's no cost to my service. in terms of helping you and supporting you once you are respectable of my time. I am a full-time coach in the US. I practically coach 7 days a week. I am very, very busy in terms of it. Please be respectable of my time. Please do not, and I would say it again, please do not call me 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the night. I would frown on that kind of stuff. Please respect my time. I would respect yours. And I would try my best to help as much as possible. If you go up on my website, you would see a number of kids at www.AR Student Athlete Soccer Scholarship Academy, all the abbreviations. You will see kids throughout the Caribbean that we have gotten into school. And if you talk to some of these kids, they will tell you, none of them paid a cent to me to get them into school. Some of them get full rides to colleges and universities. And we have a number of kids that will be going out. I know this feed is inside of my group, so there are people logged in here from England, different parts of the world in the Caribbean region. I would be heading out to Guyana soon, into Grenada, St. Vincent, a number of places. I'm going to be heading just now to conduct the same thing I'm conducting here. And as I said before, there's no lack of opportunities. There's lack of people prepared to take up the opportunities. That's where the problem is, getting the information. It's not on the soccer field where the details are. The details are outside of the soccer field. And that's what you need to be more educated in. For instance, your grade point average, NAIA schools, junior colleges, and universities, understanding the difference and the requirements of them. For those of you who are residents in the United States and citizens, that's a massive plus for you, because there's monies there for you in terms of school. It's much more easier for you to go and get in a college and a university if you are a resident or citizen of the United States of America. Once again, I trust we answered your questions. And very much important. I know, Jesse, if you have 2 more questions there, I would answer those 2 questions. Please, Jesse, feel free. And whilst I'm here, I would like to thank some of our sponsors that made this possible, like the Police Credit Union. Thank you so much for coming on board. First Citizens Bank, thank you for coming on board. AMM Mufflers, thank you so much for coming on board. We want to thank Tony's Restaurants too for coming on board. And I know we have a number of other companies that are here right now and are interested in coming on board. I would promise you that whatever you contribute towards what we are doing, it goes back to the kids and supporting them, creating a pathway for them. Jesse, any questions you have that you would like to send forth that I can answer?
Do the parents have to stay tomorrow?
Well, I think it's very important that you spend time with your kids, because if you go into the US and you see what happens in the US, parents don't drop their kids and come back for them. Parents are always there. And when kids play soccer in the United States, their auntie, their granny, their tanty, and then even the dogs and cats are around the field. I have to be honest with you. They don't do that in the States, just drop the kids and go. But I understand parents have to work and you have things to do. So I fully understand you're allowed to do that. But based on your kids' age group, please, if your kids are 14 and below or 15, do not leave your kids on the field. I am not here to babysit. You have to inform me of it so we would know that you're leaving, because we don't want to pack up when we're leaving and leave any kids at the soccer field. That is something that is not acceptable, and that is not something we're going to do. We don't leave anybody behind. Yes, Jesse?
A final 2 questions would be the age group for tomorrow, as well as if somebody's in their 20s. Do the parents still need to be there to speak, or could they do not their work?
Well, there's nothing to speak about tomorrow. Tomorrow is soccer, right? The age groups we are looking at is from 15 to 24. Why 15 to 24? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That is any IA universities kind of stuff, colleges kind of stuff. That's where we're looking for those kids. That is the age that they play at. Why I asked for kids to be as young as 15. We need to start creating a culture of giving information at that age. One of the biggest problems I've seen when I work throughout the Caribbean region is kids at upper 6 and lower 6, and they're now starting to get themselves ready for school. It's not that it cannot be done, it's just you're behind the 8 ball. We need to start getting kids as young as possible to start channeling them in the direction of colleges and universities. That's why we ask them 15-year-olds. Now, I have parents to ask me if they can bring their 14 and 13-year-olds, and I told them yes. They can bring them. I would personally work with them tomorrow. That's not a problem. We want to get the kids as young as possible there to really, get them in that environment, working with local and international coaches, so these kids could, glean and develop. Any more questions, Jesse? No more questions. The Zoom audience, to the Facebook and the different social media audience. We want to thank you guys so much for coming in tonight. If there was any hiccups and anyone could not have logged on, we apologize for it. And as you see, we tried our best to add on different things. And I have to be honest with you, my phone is going off the hook. For the past 3 nights or 4 nights I've been here. I've been going to bed 3 o'clock in the morning, just clearing phone calls. And as you see, there's a personal touch to what I do. I believe it's respectable when someone is contacting you, that you don't just text them back. It's very important that you speak to them on the phone. It's common courtesy to be able to have a conversation with them and relate to them about what is happening. So I try to call back everyone as much as possible to speak with them. So that being said, please note, we see you tomorrow on CIC grounds. We're looking forward to you guys being there. Please, when you come, park properly. When you were there, we organized with the police service pertaining to parking. They are going to be dropping in intermittently. We have a number of police officers that is going to be there. We know also too, a number of you guys could not go to the bank or make the online payment. So you guys would be welcome to be able to pay tomorrow for the event. And we know we're going to have a lot of last minute people joining us. You are allowed to come tomorrow. Just reach on time in terms of what we are doing. And we are here to serve. We ask that you treat the facilities with respect. When you sit in the stands, don't put your foot up on the people's chair and throw bottles and that kind of stuff all over the field. When you get there tomorrow, the place is going to be crisp and organized and clean. Please put all your bottles in the bin. All the washrooms will be open for you. Please treat the washrooms the same way you would treat your washrooms home. Treat the grounds like that. We want to thank also CIC for making it possible, for having us there on their location. They have a wonderful facilities. And we are going to be visiting some soccer games whilst we're here too, scouting for some players. I know we're going to be down at the National Stadium tomorrow evening, where there's a double header there. We would be looking for some of those players. I know some of the parents contacted me. Some kids are going to do SATs tomorrow. Then you would come on Sunday morning. And then the guys who are playing tomorrow, please do not turn up in the morning. To those kids from Fatima, those kids from St. Benedict's, those kids from Trinity East, and I believe, can't recall the other team that is playing. Please do not turn up tomorrow, Saturday. You have a very important game Saturday evening. You are not allowed to turn up Saturday. If I know you are on the field tomorrow morning, I am going to come and get you and take you off the field because you have a game Saturday evening. Please give your local coaches and your school and your family the respect of not turning up tomorrow if you have a game at the Hainsview Crawford Stadium tomorrow evening. Sunday is for you, and you have enough time to impress, and we will be there to see you there. Once again, thanks from the coaches. We want to thank Jesse and his crew that is here with us, working with us. Jesse has been around. I've known Jesse for many, many years, working with me, and he's doing a fabulous job. Please, the links that you're seeing is Jesse's own. Please like the links that you have to support the work. The work that they're doing is Christian work to touch lives and change lives and make a difference in people's lives. So please like the work from Jesse in the feed that you're getting. And once again, thank you guys so much. Looking forward to see you guys tomorrow. Please do me a favor, please. You should have asked all your questions tonight. Please do not ring my phone tonight. After the meeting is finished, please give me the respect of that. If you need anything, please text me. If it's super urgent, then you call me. But please do not ring my phone tonight. I would not be happy about it, and it would not be a pleasant sight. Please give me the respect of that. As I said, I have been going till 3 o'clock every single morning. I have been here doing everything that I can do to support and help. You can save some of those questions for tomorrow, and I can answer some of them. And as I said, please give the coaches the respect tomorrow, and please, we would give you the best of us tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. I know some of you guys are traveling from Togo. Some of you guys, it's difficult for you guys to come from Togo 2 days. You would choose what day. Some of you guys are training with the national team, and I know some of you are making decisions if you want to come. Feel free. I would leave some of that decision for you. This is Coach Roy on behalf of all the foreign coaches and local coaches that is going to be there. And also you would be send a report, right? You would be send a scouting report email directly to you within the next 2 to 3 weeks, because the local coaches are going to do a report on you, on your performance on the 2 days or the day that you're there. Once again, thank you guys so much. Much appreciate you guys. Thank you guys, and looking forward to be able to work with you guys on your kids, creating a pathway now and in the future, and hoping to be here again in March. We're going to be bringing 9 collegiate coaches and also professional coaches out of Germany, out of Spain, and we are hoping that Coach Rich can join us again when we come back in March. Thanks again. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourself. God's richest blessings, and have a wonderful